If you've been on YouTube for the past week or so, you have probably gotten this video in your recommended, titled New Instrument, New Sound. Now, that's a pretty big claim. I mean, we've gotten to the point in music where AI can create new songs for us in minutes. Hit that button, subscribe to Bruh. And now this person's claiming in the modern year of 2024 they've created a new instrument and a new sound. Well, nevertheless, I was skeptical. However, upon clicking on this video, I was left in awe. That is a beautiful sound. Aww. If I had a time machine, I would 100% go back in time and play this for a bunch of cavemen. They might beat me to death afterwards, but I think it'd be worth it. This video really interested me, and so did a lot of other people, as right now at the time of recording, this has 700,000 views in just 2 weeks, so I'm sure it's going to hit 1 million sometime soon. Now, what really interested me, other than, of course, the instrument, was the player, the person behind it. This person is, of course, the inventor. Now, your brain must be so huge and massive if you're able to just comprehend and understand your skills to the point of engineering and producing an instrument that gives this sound. I mean, you must be such an interesting person to be able to do this. So I began digging into this person, and let's just say, they're very interesting. Before we get into this topic, I do just want to ask for you to subscribe. I'm really trying to hit 1K subscribers by the end of the year. So just, if you get a little slap on the butt, that'd be nice. Fron Reilly is a gentleman from Guelph, Ontario. If we look on Mr. Reilly's YouTube page, we see not a lot of information on the man himself, but we do get to learn that this is definitely not his first go-around at inventing things. Not only has he made his own instruments, which we'll get into later, he's also made literal canoes, like boats. Now, at first you see this canoe and you're like,
Fron Reilly, you're a liar. I've seen these before, like little swirling things on lakes. This isn't a new cool invention.
But then the canoe swoops around and then you see the back of it and you realize, whoa, this thing is actually pretty freaking cool. So this guy definitely knows what he's doing and he's been around the block a bit. But looping back to Fron's instruments, as he's obviously well known for, let's take a little second glance at the instrument I showed at the beginning of this video. Now this instrument actually has a name. It's called the Fron 2, which he named after himself, which is super valid because this thing's super cool. I would totally make an instrument and name it the Ryan, but that doesn't sound as cool as the Fron, to be honest. Now, Fron 2 implies that there was a Fron 1. Now the Fron 2 is already really freaking cool, but it's also pretty small and pretty light, so I'm assuming the Fron 1 must have been just like this really tiny simple thing that... Damn. Who knew the Fron 1 would be thick as hell? I mean, that shit looks like a cannon, or like one of those things the FBI uses to like bust down doors. Now, I know I already said it before, but again, I just have to say this. It is absolutely insane that this man was able to make this invention and just even have like a picture of it in his brain and replicate it in real life. Like, I just can't even imagine doing that. And also, it's such an upgrade. No offense to the Fron 1, you're pretty cool and you sound pretty nice, but the Fron 2 is just a better version of you. I'm sorry. That's just what happens. Sometimes you just get outclassed. Now, I promised you this entire video isn't just me glazing Fron Reilly. I mean, he deserves it and he's very impressive. But again, I make videos about weird and interesting stuff on the internet, not just about cool people. So, what else is going on with Fron? What else do they got going for him? One of Fron's first inventions in the musical department is actually the ukulele. And no, I'm not talking about a ukulele doing a wheelie, even though that would be pretty freaking epic. I'm talking about a ukulele with a wheel on it. Now, shown in the video is actually a baritone ukulele, which is basically just a ukulele that hits lower notes that also has a wheel on it. The standard ukulele, which was actually produced and sold by Fron Reilly to people publicly, I don't think he's selling it anymore. I was trying to find it, but I could not find anything on it. Is actually a soprano ukulele with a wheel on it. Now, when you listen to this thing, you might think, honestly, it sounds pretty bad, but actually, you're bad. Because one thing that's really interesting about this instrument is that it completely goes against music theory. Now, I don't understand it that much. I just understand simple things about it. So I'm sure there's going to be some college professionals in the comment section who are going to be making fun of me, making jokes about how I don't know this stuff, but I do. Basically, the standardized form of music we have has certain pitches and certain notes and everything, kind of like on a piano. You got like the C, the D's, the E's, and everything like that. And then there's certain scents that go with these pitches and sounds and everything. Now we've kind of standardized our ears to this, like with pianos and of course singing, we're singing on these certain pitches and notes. However, instruments like this, and a lot of times when people create new instruments, it goes completely against that. You start hearing notes and sounds that you don't normally hear standardized in like normal songs that you would hear on a radio or anything.
That was it, playing horribly.
So basically what I'm trying to say is, if you don't like the sounds and noises, you're just basic and a sheep that follows everybody else. Now, if you're wondering what this instrument would actually sound like in a production, like with other bands and everything like that, I have a video to show you, and I was looking long and hard to find something like this to demonstrate it, and I'm just gonna say, prepare your buttholes. Now again, I know I've already said this 2 times, but just it's absolutely insane how someone can hear this instrument and then create this like art piece and music with it and like just correspond it together. It just is so out there. I just can't understand it. It's so impressive, seriously. No, at this point, if you aren't impressed by this man, I don't know what to do for you. I mean, this guy is the coolest dude ever. I mean, I wish he was like my grandpa or something, dude. I mean, he can make boats, he can make instruments, and he can also make clocks. And when I say clocks, I mean that if you took clocks and made them into a seraphim or put them in the 4th dimension. As you can see, these clocks are just straight up modern art. Sadly, there aren't any videos posted to actually show you the motions and mechanisms in this, but you can just see from looking at them, they are absolutely awesome. If I was rich, I would totally buy a bunch of these and just scatter them around my house. They'd be perfect conversation starters. And also, they make you look like an evil witch from Disney. Now sadly, that's honestly all the information we have on this man. I was looking hard and searching because this dude really intrigued me, and honestly, thought I found some pretty interesting stuff. As you can tell, he's an older gentleman, so he does have some social medias, but honestly, it's just him living his life and posting about his family, so I didn't want to show anything like that. That's all he has publicly about his inventions and stuff. This is different than my normal videos, of course. Normally I make videos about creepy stuff, or, you know, people going crazy on the internet, but I feel like I kind of want to take a little break from it, and instead of showing you something super weird, I will show you something that's weird, but kind of on a different side where it's more interesting and cool than it is worrying and scary. So I promise I won't make more videos like this, but I just had to show this to y'all because this dude is seriously so interesting. Thank y'all for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you are interested in actually contacting this person, you can actually buy the Fron 2 for yourself. Not even kidding. So I'm going to put his website in the link for the clock website, and also a little contact page for him that he has up as well if you were really interested in buying it. If I could, I would, but I'm not rich. But it's really cool. Hopefully something cool happens with this guy, like a company starts mass producing this product or something, and the Fron 2 becomes like a household name. You know, every house across America has a Fron 2. But I appreciate it for watching. Make sure to follow my Twitch and check out some of my other videos. I appreciate you watching this far. Have a good one.